I was 22 years old, a young woman full of dreams and love. For the past 3 years, I had been in a relationship with Ayan, the boy who once felt like my entire world. He loved me, or at least he made me believe he did. He would listen to everything I said, surprise me with small gifts, write long, heartfelt messages, and tell me how much he couldn't live without me. And I loved him more than I loved myself. Every moment, every memory, every heartbeat, it was all his. I truly thought we were meant to be, until that one night that shattered everything. It was a chilly Saturday evening. I was with my parents, Amy and Abu, going to a hotel in the city for dinner, a simple family outing. Laughter filled the air as we walked through the grand entrance, but all my happiness froze the moment I looked across the lobby. There he was,
Ayan.
sitting at a table, holding hands with another girl. I stared, heart pounding, blood draining from my face. I wanted to believe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it was his cousin, a friend, anyone but another lover.
But no.
His eyes, the way he smiled at her, the way he touched her hair, it was all too intimate, too real. I told my Amy and Abu that I was feeling a little dizzy and needed to sit outside for some air. They understood. I slipped away, quietly, hiding behind pillars, watching him. Minutes later, they both stood up, laughing, whispering. Curiosity, anger, heartbreak, all tangled inside me. Without thinking, I followed them. I couldn't let this go. They hailed a cab. I rushed to get into another one behind them. "Follow that cab," I told the driver, my voice trembling. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. They reached another hotel, a cheaper one. Ayan and that girl checked in, giggling like teenagers in love. I stood outside in the cold night, hiding behind a tree, my breath misting the air. He had booked a room. With her. Without even a second thought. I stayed there the whole night. I didn't sleep. I didn't cry. I just stared at that hotel entrance like a ghost waiting for its murderer. At around 6 a.m., the door opened. There they were, smiling, hand in hand, like a perfect couple. As they stepped outside, I felt something inside me snap, a pain so deep it didn't feel human anymore. It was like my soul had been ripped apart, my dreams slaughtered. Ayan kissed her forehead gently as they got into a cab. The same forehead where he used to kiss me. The same promises he made to me, now whispered to someone else. I stood there frozen, invisible to him, invisible to the world. In that moment, the pain became too much to bear. I turned and walked toward the busy road nearby. Cars were speeding past. I could hear the loud honking, but it all felt distant, like I was underwater. I thought about all the nights I stayed awake, waiting for his calls. All the days I defended him to my friends who warned me. All the times I believed him when he said, "You're the only one." A silent tear slid down my cheek. Maybe if I ended my pain here, maybe if I took one step forward, the betrayal wouldn't hurt so much anymore. As the morning sun rose, casting a golden light on the city that felt so dark to me, I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. But then, I heard a voice, a tiny, broken whisper inside me. "You are more than his betrayal." I opened my eyes again. I realized ending my life would only give him more power over my story.
No.
I wouldn't let him write the ending of my life. I turned around. I walked away from the road, tears streaming down my face but my feet moving forward. That day, I decided to live.
To heal.
To one day love myself the way I had loved him. The boy I thought I couldn't live without. Turned out to be the reason I learned how to live for myself. I thought I had left everything behind that morning, his betrayal, the broken dreams, the memories. But fate had other plans. After that terrible night, I tried rebuilding myself. I focused on my studies, spent more time with my family, and even started painting again, something I had loved before Ayan consumed my world. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Yet, something inside me never settled. A nagging voice kept whispering, "This story isn't over yet." One evening, as I was scrolling through social media absent-mindedly, a random notification popped up. Suggested friends, Ayan Khan. I froze. Curious, against my better judgment. I clicked on his profile, and what I saw made my blood run cold. His status read, engaged to Arohi Sharma. Wedding in 2 months. Arohi, the same girl he had taken to the hotel that night. My fingers trembled. I wasn't sure if it was rage, hurt, or something deeper. But something clicked inside me. I needed closure. I needed answers. I deserved to know why. Driven by a force stronger than fear, I made a fake profile, pretending to be someone else. A simple, innocent girl named Ria. Pretty, lively, and flirtatious. And guess what? Within a day, Ayan himself sent a message. Ayan. Hey beautiful. You look amazing. Are you from around here? I felt my stomach churn. This man, engaged, still hunting for new girls. I played along. Carefully, cleverly. I sent sweet messages. I listened to his lies. Until one day he messaged. Ayan, let's meet. I can book a room. Just you and me. My heart hammered inside my chest. I set the trap. We agreed to meet at the same hotel, the one where he had betrayed me months ago. The night came. I wore a long hoodie hiding my face. My heart pounded like a drum as I waited near the hotel entrance, hidden in the shadows. I watched as Ayan arrived, hair gelled, cologne heavy, wearing the same charming smile that once melted me. He looked around, waiting for Ria. Waiting for his next prey. But this time, it wasn't him hunting. It was me. I stepped out of the shadows, pulled down my hood. Our eyes met. For a second, he didn't recognize me. And then, pure terror flashed across his face. Aliyah, he stammered. Yes, your name is Aliyah here, beautiful and strong. I smiled. Not the old, naive smile. A new, dangerous one. Before he could speak, 2 men in black suits approached. Detectives. They grabbed Ayan by the arms. You're under arrest for fraud, emotional abuse, and targeting multiple women under false pretenses. Turns out, in these months, I had gathered every piece of evidence, screenshots, chats, photos. I had exposed him for the predator. He was. But the biggest shock came when the police dug deeper into his life. He wasn't just cheating. He wasn't even planning to marry Arohi. He was running a full racket, trapping rich girls, taking money, blackmailing them, disappearing. He was a professional scammer. And I had almost given my life for him. Final scene. As Ayan sat inside the police van, defeated, broken, he looked at me one last time, eyes filled with hatred, shame, and fear. And I stood there, stronger than ever, smiling softly. Justice wasn't just about punishing him. Justice was about choosing myself. I walked away from the hotel, the morning sun rising once again. But this time, it felt warm, proud, alive. Because finally, I had ended the story. On my terms.